Hello, my name is Amarjot Singh and I'm an ICCRC consultant based in Alberta. Today I want to talk briefly about what is misrepresentation and how to avoid it, because if you are charged for misrepresentation, there is a direct ban for the applicant and the family member as well, by the way, for 5 years, and there's absolutely no way to resolve it until and unless you find there's a mistake that the visa officer made, and then you can bring it to the federal court in Canada, which is a long process. It's not an easy process. Of course, you have to hire a lawyer, spend some money, and wait perhaps several months before you can find what the judge thinks about it. Let us avoid it if we can. When I get calls from people who are express entry applicants or some other applicants in other categories, and they tell me that they have received a letter from the visa office saying that please explain why this and this things were mentioned on the application. If you cannot, then we will charge you for misrepresentation. It breaks my heart, because if you have worked all the way through the early stages of applications, and now you probably will be nearing the issuance of the visa, all of a sudden the visa officer discovers something in your application, and they think that you have done misrepresentation and you should be deported or you should be cancelled. It is not good for you, it is not good for your family. So let us understand misrepresentation so that we do not make misrepresentation mistakes in our application. One of the biggest and most popular and most common, not popular of course, most common mistake is the applicant is asked on the application form, have you ever applied for visa for any other country or including Canada? And people sometimes think maybe we don't have to tell the Canada the truth, and they will intentionally or unintentionally they will not tell the Canada application that they have been refused or they applied for a visa. Automatically that will constitute a misrepresentation and you will have no defense. So please don't do that. It is very important to know what misrepresentation is. On the screen I'm showing you my website. This is called appeals.cmsimmigration.com, and it has a little background text about the things which leads to refusal and which leads to appeals itself. But I have mentioned about 8 cases where it will be constituted as a direct misrepresentation. So please be careful that you don't do this in any of your application, no matter whether it's express entry, work visa, student visa, or tourist visa. All right, so I will read briefly, but you are welcome to read them in detail on my website. And then if you still have any question, you can always email me. My information, my phone, everything is listed on the screen. So the first one is very clear. An applicant fails to disclose that they have recently applied for a visa to Canada. Of course, it will be misrepresentation. Look at number 2. An applicant fails to disclose a criminal record. Whether I had a criminal record and I did not mention it on my application, whether or not it's serious or not does not matter. If I fail to mention it, it will come back to haunt me as misrepresentation. All right. Number 3, an applicant for a visa fails to disclose the existence of family members. Of course, that is misrepresentation. Look at number 4. An applicant fails to disclose they were previously issued a removal order in Canada, even if they would not require consent to return. Sometimes, people are deported from Canada and they think that nobody will know. It's been 10 years, 20 years, or who knows how many years. And maybe I've changed my other information, and how will anybody know? And, either we forget or we choose not to tell them. Whatever the reason does not matter. It will be charged for misrepresentation. All right. Number 5, an applicant includes a nephew in the application unless this person is son. Of course, if that is, I'm using somebody else to show them as my son and daughter just to get them benefit, that is misrepresentation. Of course it is. Look at number 6. Misrepresents the age of a family member who could otherwise not be included in applications. For example, the age of dependent is right now 19, but if I show somebody, like my son or daughter who's already 21 and bring them to show them as 19 so that they can benefit, That is deception, and of course it is misrepresentation. Look at number 7, submits a false education certificate in order to meet selection criteria. That of course is misrepresentation. Look at number 8, disclose changes in marital status. I'll give you one practical example. If I get a visa today and next week I get married, but I don't tell the High Commission or consulate in that city where the visa was issued that I got married, and that is misrepresentation. And to make the matters even worse, when I go to Canada, when I land there at the Canadian immigration inspection at the airport, I don't tell them even that stage that I was married. That again confirms that there was a misrepresentation. Now, it doesn't matter whether I knew this or not. If I fail to disclose, it is misrepresentation. So be just very careful. I mean, these are just general examples, but you get an idea what misrepresentation is. All right, so I will give you some more information about misrepresentation down below. As you can see, the website is all about refusals, but I'm here just today to talk about misrepresentation. And there's an excellent chapter on the screen, and you can read there about 13 pages on it about misrepresentation. It talks about materiality, because it has to be material to the decision on hand. I mean, sometimes there's a misrepresentation, but it's not material to the decision of the application. Then it can be decided by the visa officer, and it's all upon their discretion that maybe the mistake was made, but it's not material, so they can waive it. So there's a lot of information here that you can read it. I suggest you can read all those 13 pages, and I think it will open your eyes to what things should be done, what things should not be done, so that at least you are not trapped in misrepresentation, because it's disastrous. I mean, you'll be banned for 5 years, and it's not good. So look at some other things I want to show you. There are some case studies as well. Look at directly or indirectly. It does not matter whether somebody lies directly or a second person lies about them. If it is misrepresented directly or indirectly, it does not matter. You will be charged. All right. So just be careful. I've got some lot of things here on this thing, so I want you to read through it, and if you have some questions in particular, then you can always email me or call me. My contact information is right here on the top. All right. Thank you very much.